First things first, I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. I hope y'all have a Happy New Year. Hope y'all stay safe and that y'all enjoy y'all family. Now, we had a beautiful Monday night game, Christmas Day game, Christmas night game, and the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, it was talk, and the odds were looking like Brock Purdy was the favorite to win the MVP. Now, people had their reason is why they didn't think or they did think, and then people said stuff like he's not the best player on his team. Chris McCaffrey is, and I thought Chris McCaffrey should be up there at the very top too. If you're gonna put Brock Purdy up there, then you have people like Lamar Jackson down. You know he's down. Well, he has 11-3 record as well. Now they played each other today, Ravens versus 49ers. I'm not gonna use this game to just bash Brock Purdy, but what I'm going to do is explain why somebody like Lamar Jackson, when somebody like Cam Newton say things like he's a game manager and this dude is a game changer, it was obvious who was the best player on the field. It was obvious who was the best quarterback on the field. It was obvious who should be at the top of the MVP standings. Brock Purdy came out there today, 18 for 32, 255 yards, 4 interceptions. And I'm going to show y'all the stats. I'm going to show y'all the stats. Lamar Jackson, 23 for 35, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns. If you watch the game, and please go look at the highlights if you didn't, Lamar Jackson made plays. Brock Purdy, one of the picks, I don't think it was his fault. I can't remember. I know the one in the end zone was. I know he got the tip pass. Then he had another he threw into coverage. It was obvious who was the best player on the field. Lamar Jackson should be at the very top of MVP race. I don't know why in the hell he wasn't up there. And I think maybe because, like I said, he's already won an MVP. I told people he's in his. If you watch NBA, and if you follow NBA, he's in his James Harden stage where he does these amazing things, and people ask, has he made it to a conference championship game yet? Has he made it to the Super Bowl? Have he won a Super Bowl? We just waiting for him to win a Super Bowl or get to a meaningful game in the playoffs. That's where Lamar Jackson is right now. Not him personally, but I feel like the media, social media, fans, that's where they at with Lamar Jackson. Ravens go through all these injuries, all different things, and Lamar Jackson still prevailed every single time. Every single time. Like I said, this video is not to bash Brock Purdy, but it's to show you who is obviously the best player on the field. Now, I made videos talking about how people criticize Tua for having all these good play, for having Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert. Every time Tua do good without Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, they add another play and say, well, he got him. Brock Purdy has Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. And nobody's complaining. Now you have people that's on Twitter saying, "Well, he get no." They had him number one in MVP race. Lamar Jackson just showed you who is the better quarterback, leading their team. Now Lamar Jackson do have a very good defense. He do, but if you watch the game, you saw out of these two players, it's obvious who the best player was. Brock Purdy looked rattled at a certain point. He didn't have the flow. The Ravens defense gets so much credit for what happened tonight. They get so much credit. They were, and I know a lot of players like George Kittle. I played George Kittle in fantasy. If he would have caught that touchdown at the end of the game, I would have lost. But they gave up yards. After, and this is why San Francisco is so good. When they catch the ball, they drive people that when they catch the ball, they are gone. They're going to make their plays. Deebo Samuel got hit today by Marlon Humphreys. He didn't even see him coming, got hit hard as hell and bounced off and got 10 yards. Bounced off. It was supposed to be a 3, 4, 5 yard loss. And he made it to a 10-yard gain. That's what people were saying. Now, all the people that's sitting back and just looking at Lamar Jackson do these great things, this is Christmas Day. This is a primetime game. All eyes is on this right here because these guys can clinch the number one seed on their side of the conference. They can try to clinch the number one seed and try to get their way up to be number one seed to get a bye. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar Jackson showed today. He is the better quarterback. He is the MVP. If you want to put MVP, if you're going to put Brock Purdy up there, look what Lamar Jackson did when he played against Brock Purdy. Not literally, but head to head against their teams. Good defense on San Francisco. Man, Lamar Jackson made plays. You rushing him, he gonna run out, make a play. He doing passes to a running back blocking. He roll out, he make time. Throw it to his running back for 40, 50 yards down the field. Lamar Jackson is making plays. That's why Cam Newton said this guy is a game manager, this guy is a game changer. Not that one shouldn't be in the NFL and the other one should be there. No, it's just when times get bad, Lamar Jackson can make things happen. Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. It didn't look good. Sam Darnold looked better than him when Sam Darnold got in. It's simple. And I know there's a lot of 49ers faithful out there, but it's the truth, man. Like I said, this is not to bash Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is having an amazing season. Amazing. But when it get to crunch time like this and games like this, late in the season, it's time for you to show up. You can throw a pick. You can throw 4 picks. Throw 4 picks and throw 4 touchdowns with it. Don't go out there and not figure it out. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not bashing him at all. No bashing. But that was a terrible performance he put out there. Terrible. Threw one in the end zone too late. Throwing into coverage. Ball getting hit out his hand. And what Lamar Jackson do? What Lamar Jackson do? Just a cool 23 out of 35, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, like I said, this was one of them games where we all watched. All the game that happened today, I know everybody watched this game because the stakes are high. They trying to clinch that number 1 seed. They trying to get to the number 1 seed, get that bye week. And Lamar Jackson put on the show like Lamar Jackson does all the time. Defense put on the show. Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Williams caught a pick. Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith, Jadeveon Clowney. They look good. Very good. But when Sam Darnold got in, he looked better than Brock Purdy today. Easily. Sam Darnold came out there, 8-14, 81 yards, touchdown in the pick. But it's obvious who should be in that MVP conversation, who should be at the very top of that. I expect Brock Purdy to go down, of course, but he shouldn't have been up there. Not, like I said, not saying that he trashed. But if you look at, it's about the most valuable. Because, the most valuable quarterback, because that's all they want to do is give it to the quarterback. Most valuable quarterback, you're going to look at somebody like a Lamar Jackson, what he's doing with his team. He don't have those big names. Because since y'all want to go at Tua, since that's y'all standard is that these guys have big names on their team and they can throw the ball 1 yard or throw the ball to somebody and they can just run for the 50, 60 yards and make them look good. Well, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers is very good. Well, Lamar Jackson making plays. He running out the pocket. He creating half of the plays they getting. He's standing in the pocket throwing good passes. No more Andrews. Likely look like a damn beast out there, man. Like a damn beast. 3 receptions, 56 yards. So, that's just my 2 cents on what I saw today. Brock Purdy he's not in the same class as Lamar Jackson as of today. He's not in the same class. From what I watched. Not the whole season. Like I said, very good season. But when it comes to a situation like this where you are an MVP favorite and you're going to get somebody that's in the MVP race, it's time for you to put on a show against his very good defense. And it's time for him to put on a show against your very good defense. You got Fred Warner. You got probably the best linebacker in the league. Lamar Jackson put on a show. Fred Warner was out there. He couldn't get him. Lamar Jackson had big runs. How many rushing yards he have? 45. Big runs. So, like I said, y'all let me know how y'all feel. But in a game like this, it's time to show up and show out, Mr. Purdy. And I expect those MVP odds to go to the plus, not the negative. Lamar Jackson should be at the very top now. Since he was the favorite, look what they did when they played on the same field. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe.